Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
I'm Jenny McCafferty, and I'm at the Michigan Golf Show. And with us is Francine Pegues, who's with the Michigan Women's Golf Association. And you have a huge project we are very excited about.
Well, we too are very excited about our upcoming Legacy Celebration, scheduled for May the 19th at Travis Pointe Country Club. We have the opportunity to honor 3 women who have been exemplary role models for women golfers.
They sure have, and we're going to talk a little bit about each one of them. I've met one. I've met Betty Richart. Have you met Betty?
I have met Betty, and I've been fortunate enough to have played golf with Betty once.
Does she wear her blazer when she plays golf?
No, but I've never seen her except on the golf course without her blazer. Your point's well taken.
Exactly. But Betty brings just so much fun to the game of golf. She's been involved in so many committees, state committees, national committees, local committees, that I think the whole country knows her.
If they don't, they should, because she is one of those people, as you know. She's in the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame, and for 2 years she headed the Women's Committee of the USGA Women's Committee.
And Betty had something to do with the Michigan Women's Open?
With the U.S. Open, which was played at Indianwood. She was the impetus to get it to that golf course, and what was one of the best attended Women's Open ever.
Wow, that's kind of exciting because it makes me think of a Betty memory, one of my favorites. We were there for probably a Michigan Golf Hall of Fame event, and she found out that I had never been to Indianwood, and she took me on a tour, and all the nooks and crannies, and she showed me all the beautiful woodwork and all kinds of cool things that most people don't ever get to see.
It is a magnificent golf course. When Betty hosted or contributed to the U.S. Women's being there, they just had the one course, the old traditional course, not the new target course, I call it.
And the other 2 women are interesting too, but before I talk about them, let's talk about the Legacy Celebration and how it came to be and what it's going to be.
Well, let me diverge a second and talk for a second about MWGA. The Michigan Women's Golf Association was created in 1986. We're approaching our 30th anniversary next year. And our whole focus was to bring women into golf. And over the years, we have evolved into a charity. We are a 501c3. We run a girls golf program where we have taken, this past year, had 60 kids from the city learning to play golf. We've bought them clubs, we hired teaching professionals, and it's a part of growing the game. We also have been a sponsor of Rhonda Walker's Foundation, where we, at our 25th anniversary, celebrated her organization and made contributions. When the concept of honoring these 3 women, all of whom are in the Michigan Hall of Fame, came up, Susan Barley came to us and said, we should honor our own. And we at the MWGA said, that's what we're about. So therein was the creation of our first women's, we call it the Legacy Celebration, the 2014 Legacy Celebration.
And the legacy names, the people who are going to be honored are huge. Let's talk about Shirley Spork. What do you know about Shirley?
Well, I know that Shirley Spork is in 3 Hall of Fames. All right, she is in the Wisconsin Hall of Fame, she is in the Michigan Hall of Fame, and she's in the Eastern Michigan University Hall of Fame. And she was one of the founding members of the LPGA. And in fact, this year will play in the first Founders LPGA event. And as a founding member, she played in the first televised LPGA event.
Wow, and I think there were only 13 people who were part of the original LPGA, so that's huge.
Yes, there were only 13 and she was one of the founding members. Over the course of her career, besides being a player, she also started the teaching division, both teaching women to play golf and teaching professionals how to teach women specifically.
And isn't there a trophy that's given to the best teacher that's named for Shirley?
That's absolutely right. You've done wonderful research. There is a trophy in her honor.
I think one of my favorite stories is she was talking to one of the other more famous members of the LPGA founding group, Babe Didrikson Zaharias, and asked her how she could change from being an amateur to a pro. Babe patted her on the head and said, "There you are, you're a pro." So she must have been a fun gal to be around.
Well, she is a fun woman to be around, and we look forward to the opportunity to honor her.
And then there's Mary Fossum, who was the coach at Michigan State for 25 years or something?
You're correct, for 25 years. She started the collegiate golf program at Michigan State for women. She was the coach for 25 years and was the first woman to be inducted into the College Golf Hall of Fame for the Midwest region.
The first woman. Wow.
Yeah. She also was inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame.
Wow. So, and her husband was involved somehow in teaching too, wasn't he?
I don't know the history of her husband.
I don't either. Well, we're talking about her.
We're talking.
But the Michigan State home tournament is named for her. It's the Mary Fossum Invitational.
Correct. That was one of the honors that was given. They named the golf tournament, Women's Collegiate Golf Tournament, in her honor.
And the Michigan State women had been maybe the most successful college golf team in Michigan, I think.
Well, here again, you've done some wonderful research. In fact, from 1974 to 1983, they won the Big Ten championship 5 times.
Wow.
Wow is right. And, her legacy is a number of outstanding collegiate women golfers, some of who've gone on to play on the Pro Tour, others who've become fine teachers, but Michigan State certainly has a legacy of fine female golfers.
It's kind of a mecca for Michigan women's golf in a way, isn't it?
It is. It is.
So, this celebration, let's talk a little bit about how people can be involved in it.
You can be involved in a variety of ways. If you would like to play, the event is going to be on, as I say, Tuesday, May the 19th at Pointe Country Club. You can play, you can bring a foursome, a twosome, or just a single, and we'll hook you up with other players. Or if you just want to come for cocktails and dinners, that's also available. If you want to send a thank you or a congratulations, we have that capacity also. Now, the way to access all of this is get your paper and pencil. It's www.mwgolf.org. That's the website for the Michigan Women's Golf Association. We have all the information out there. You can register online. You can pay through PayPal. And if you aren't going to play, but you want to send a thank you or a congratulatory note, I should say, you can do that online also.
Online's great for stuff like that. What a cool idea. So, Travis Pointe Country Club, May 19th, and it's www.mggolf.org.